and then your grandpa was born, and 2 years later, Uncle Sam, and they became the agriculture part. So your father went to university, like all 5 of them did. So did Uncle Sam, 2 years younger. And he was really the entrepreneur of the family. Your grandpa was the one who worked hard, first just working for a ranching outfit, and then he really liked cattle, and he ran a feedlot in Phoenix, and he saved up his $10,000, and with a partner, he bought the feedlot, the Benedict, feedlot in Casa Grande, Arizona, between Casa Grande and Stanfield, and that was their big move in 1954, that they would do that. And he owned it for a number of years, really, and then his brother came on board, Uncle Sam, and that Uncle Sam later bought it from him when he wanted to retire.
Right, and they became very big in the feed business, right?
They did, and he was, again, he ran 10,000 cattle in that feedlot, and again, the buying and selling was all done on phone and all over the U.S., but because not only are you buying mostly from the western states, you're also selling for those people that want to ship that they go to market, the cattle, and then they're made into beef products. So your grandfather was a very astute businessman. I think he became probably the most successful of the 5, if you really want to talk about business-wise. And years later, after he passed away, I met a man who had worked for the Forest Service for years and knew him because of the Bardee Ranch, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And he said to me, your father, I admired him as a businessman because he once said to me, in life, you need to know when to push forward and when to pull back. And pulling back is just as important as pushing forward, depending on what decisions you're making, maybe how the economy is looking, what are your risks. He was not a risk taker. He really wasn't. He only invested in what he knew, which were cattle, grain futures, feedlots, and ranches. That's it. He never bought a stock or a bond in his life. Never would have.